What is the role of the Board of Education in the education of our youth?
That's a great question. Yeah, it's been a long time since the board has actually taken on the responsibility of allowing the teachers to focus on teaching. Putting children first is a priority as a board member and as a policymaker and a decision maker. Sure, we deal with budgets, we deal with hiring the superintendent, we deal with hiring our leadership as it pertains to what direction and what focus we as a board, as a policy-making board, want to rely upon. And focus is one of the most important things that you need to look at as a board member, in my opinion. About putting children first, a board also has to bring credibility and trust so that when you go to the community and you ask them to support you, it's easy to do. They believe you. They want to back you. It brings people together when we look at the important aspects of focusing on children and their education. And getting, quite honestly, as a board member, I would like to make it a pledge that as a board, we will worry about where the money comes from and how we bring that message to the community. So that way the teachers here tonight can focus on educating our children, which is really one of the most important things that I see. Thank you.
Thank you. What is the role of the Board of Education in the education of our youth?
I get slides.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
My
sorry.
turn.
Miss
My
Gray.
turn, yes.
You're
I'm sitting here and all of the notes and things that I have, thought of as to the role of board member has pretty well been mentioned in one form or another. I guess the only thing I can add to that is an understanding that the role of a board member is to make sure that you communicate all information and it comes from all five. It's not to be distributed just by one, and that information has to be complete and full information. We need to make sure that we also have correct information, and it's provided in multiple ways. I know we do a lot of how is it that we got the money we have right now and how that balanced out. I think a lot of our community members are aware of that, have the means or ways to be able to do that. I really feel that as a board member, you have to stand united while you may have diverse ideas and opinions. You cannot go out on your own and make promises. That is definitely not part of the position. You cannot build trust with the community when you do something like that. And we don't micromanage. We hire the professionals to do the job, and we let them do the job. We advise them, we connect them with the community as far as what the community is asking and needing out there, and we let the professionals do what they're supposed to do.
Thank you. I was just testing your mic, by the way. All right, question number 2. Our district is known for strong academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have for supporting our students and staff in continued academic improvement? Ms. Babb, first.
I feel that the experience that I've had with my sons in school has been absolutely outstanding. When I talk to other friends that are in other communities, I just feel so blessed for what Springboro provides to us. And I feel like as a board, it's critical that we see what is the cutting edge, and we want to be that in Springboro. When you look at what the state minimums are and what you could have, you're right, that is a state minimum, but that's not what Springboro is. I think the passion that we have for Springboro is because of the strong schools that we have. And it's critical for us to figure out what are we already providing, what are we doing well, and then what are we missing. I've talked to some teachers that have felt that there's some pieces of the curriculum that we are back to excellent with distinction. There's some pieces that we're missing, where there's stuff that we need to be providing that's going to cost a little bit of money to do that. And I think it's important that we as a board ask our teachers and the principals, the administration, the people that are in there, what is it that you are still needing in order for us to be at the cutting edge academically? all of us want the best for our children. If you are parents out there, or for your grandchildren, whoever it is, we want the best. And in order to have that, sometimes it's going to cost more money. Sometimes it's going to be just rearranging, offering different stuff. Just because something was offered 10 years ago, it might not be the best thing right now for us to offer. Maybe there needs to be another class that is able to meet the need greater. So it's a continual research. We can't get stuck in a rut of this is the way we've always done stuff. So it's a matter of spending your time doing your research and then proactively approaching things rather than waiting for things to happen and then trying to play catch up afterwards. I feel like that's going to give us the best education in Springboro, and that's what's going to keep the people here, and it's going to keep Springboro strong. Thank you.
Thank you. Same question. Mr. Petroni, our district is known for strong academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have for supporting our students and staff in continued academic improvement?
Springboro has great parents. That's all I have to say. Because without the parents, this building would be empty. So critical thinking and expanding on the programs that are involved and associated with helping our children grow in that area, I believe are important. And with the state mandates under the new budget bill that's coming down, the Common Core standards and curriculum that's being developed has a higher level of rigor that will be forced or will be required of our faculty to be able to teach, because no longer will the excellent with distinction become a standard in the state of Ohio, according to my conversations with the Ohio Department of Education. Actually, it will become a number. We'll become a number out of 613 school districts. So when Springboro is rated number 200, will this community will we be happy with that? Do we need to do more? Is it more important for us to get our curriculum in line with the future and build rigor? So specifically, with great parents come great kids. And I would look forward to working to ensure that our curriculum director, Ms. Warner, and we fund our teachers in every way possible to stay ahead of the new standards that are coming forth so that we don't miss the boat.
Thank you. Ms. Ellis, the same question. Our district is known for academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have to support our students and staff in continued academic improvement?
Well, just to give you a little background, we do have an exceptionally high number of gifted identified students in this district. That's not something we can fudge. That's state identified. There's certain criteria. Recently, the Inquirer ran an article, Springboro's junior high. It's in all of our schools, but the junior high is listed in the top 5 in our area. Over 40% kids in that building gifted. Yet, if you look at our 20 like districts, there's a little figure called a performance index. And what that really tells us is how are we accelerating our kids? Not just how are we taking them to a test, but are we actually able to take them to that next level? We're actually closer to the bottom, around the bottom 5 of our 20 like districts. And part of the reason we're not taking them where we can be taking them truly, it is a financial crunch. And Mr. Regano, that is part of the reason that I supported and voted for a levy. But I don't want to sell you something I can't deliver, but I'd like to give you some ideas of where we could be working on, things we could be achieving, maybe not even with a need for a levy, but maybe just looking at our district. But here's just some ideas. I would love us to have an International Baccalaureate program. This is a top-notch, cutting-edge program that only a few districts have in Ohio. We have to have a curriculum director who has experience setting these up. We've got it here in our district, the talent already. It's an amazing program that whether you're identified gifted or not, it can benefit you, just if you're willing to work hard and achieve. You could start it as early as 2nd grade, although typically it's a high school program. I'd like us to be more open-minded for acceleration. And we can bump kids up a grade level for a certain subject area they're in, get them to a different level, possibly early admission to kindergarten. There's definitely some pros and cons there, but that's an idea and it may not cost money. I'd like to see us expand our already existing robotics program in this district to take our kids in math and science further than it can be. I'd like to use technology like Skype to bring in classroom field trips, virtual field trips. I'd like to see foreign language taught even in the lower grades. I would like, our high school recently won a Blue Ribbon Award. I love you guys, that's amazing, but I'd like to see all of our schools winning a Blue Ribbon Award.
Same question, State. Our district is known for strong academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have for supporting our students and staff in continued academic improvement? Yeah. I think it's great.
That's great.
Oh, could you repeat it, because I didn't know you called just then.
Our district is known for strong academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have for supporting our students and staff in continued academic improvement?
Okay, well, because I was a teacher in this district, I commend that we have a very hardworking staff and students, but parents also are included in that. Because without the support, as all three, as a team working, we wouldn't be where we are right now. I am so proud of the accomplishments of the students that I've had. It's wonderful to see them back working in our community and helping to build our community to even be better, and bringing our children here and having the confidence in our school system that that's where they want their children to go to school. As far as future possibilities, you know, we've been named Blue Ribbon High School. We're in the top 10 high school. I worked with the North Central High School Accreditation Committee, and from that I learned a great deal of appreciation, even more so than I had before, as to the accomplishments of our students and talking with them. And the people that I worked with on that committee, the comment was, you know, this is probably one of the top 10 high schools in the state. We believe they could be in the top 5. I believe they could be #1. I think there is no limit to what our students can do. I would like to see more connection with when our students go on and go into college. Some way set up a way of getting feedback from those students as to where we may have missed the boat, what needs they needed to have in order to be more successful in school. There's a lot of things, you know, that you could look into. I haven't really, you know, when you're good, it's hard to say, well, what all do you need to ask from them, but I certainly would believe that you should.
Thank you. Mr. Cruz, the same question. Our district is known for strong academic performance due to the hard work of our students and staff. What specific proposals, academic or otherwise, do you have for supporting our students and staff in continued academic improvement?
Well, like a couple of candidates said, the parents, the staff, and the students need to be commended for what they've done. We've had numerous awards, but I think the community itself has set the bar high, and we've achieved that. One of the things the current board is working on is looking at the curriculum, working with curriculum, looking more for advanced classes. I want to agree with another candidate that says we need to be a little more proactive. Working with the Warren County Career Center, there's other schools that are there, and I get information from them on what they're doing. So we need to look more in the future of what we can do to excel and not wait until the technology passes us by. Like Ms. Dell said, there's an advanced class that we've been talking about, and it's been brought up that we need to look at and work with the teachers, work with the administration, work with the curriculum director to give our children the best possible advantage in their future education.
Thank you. And lastly, Mr. Rugano, our district is known for strong academic performance